when we take time to think about it, in majority of things and situations, new things are better than old things.
Out with the old and in with the new.
The question today is, does that also apply in the Old Covenant and the New Covenant? Stay tuned today on this video and on this channel as we discuss the Christian themes and concepts of covenants, old and new. Let's do it. So our question for the day, which one is better, the Old Covenant or the New Covenant? And again, in most situations, when we consider things, new things are liked better, are received better, last longer than old things. And you know the Bible says don't put new wine into old wineskins. But in this situation, what is really the answer to that? And to kind of answer it for you is, they're really the same.
They're the same.
They're very similar in concept, which at the same time, they have a very big key difference that I want to highlight today that makes me say that I prefer the New Covenant over the Old Covenant, and I also believe, based on the Bible, that God does too. So let's talk about it.
Oh yes, explain it.
So when we really examine the covenant, right? And I did a video about covenants because there's more than just the two covenants, old and new. There's quite a few more. So just look for that video and I'll put it up here somewhere. Go check out that video about covenants and what they are and the different covenants that are in the Bible so you can have a better understanding. But in this situation, considering the Old Covenant and the New Covenant, they're both dealing with how we interact with God or how God interacts with us. So we can't say one is better than the other because God, in this way, changed the promise of how he interacted with us in this promise or this dispensation, right? Which is also a video about dispensations. Look for that up here so you can understand more. So in this covenant, there's the promise, there's another promise that came and the way that God interacted with us. So we can't say that the old one is no good because it was good because God was in it. We can't say the new one is better than the old one because the same God, the same provider, the same comforter, the same one who saves, the same one that can pull something out of nothing, the same one that was here when the foundation of the earth was laid and he laid it, the same one that exists outside of time and does things for us in the kairos, not the chronos, meaning the due time, that is the same God. So he's the same one making the promises. So it's really not a difference in which one that there is. But what I would say is, from our perspective, the new covenant does seem a bit more likable or I guess more oriented towards us right now, and I guess better for us in the old covenant.
I like the new stuff too, though.
Check this out. One key thing that I do want to say that is different, right? Yeah, the same God is making the promise, but what is different is our level of accessibility to him and how we can interact with him in the new covenant. Check this out. In the old covenant, there was laws, there was regulations, there was ordinances, there was commandments, there was the book of Leviticus and all of the writings about what we were supposed to do and all that good stuff that was given to the nation of Israel.
There's too many rules in this house.
And then we had judges, we had prophets, we had these people that acted sort of as a middleman between us and God and spoke to God for us and came back and let us know what God said, right? Not to say that those people were bad and we shouldn't have had them, because they did serve a purpose and we learned so much about God and how to worship him in spirit and in truth by those writings and from those people. But in this new covenant, right? In the new covenant right now, we're able to have accessibility and access God and to speak to him without an intermediary or a middleman.
Honest business without the middleman.
Now, some people are okay with the middleman. Maybe you don't know how to interact with God. You don't know what to say. You don't know how to have that relationship with him. You don't know even where to start. And so you may want somebody that goes in between that helps you get there, which is fine. But just know that you also now have access to him that you would not have had in the old covenant. Meaning, if it was me and anything, I don't like it when there's a middleman interacting with me and then with the thing that I really want to interact with. Like in my homeowner's insurance, you have brokers that call you and they want to help to find you insurance. A lot of times they want to also act as a middleman where you call them and they call the insurance and do things for you. Yeah, that's not really my thing. So if that's also you, then yeah, the new covenant is great. And it should be great in your mind that you can have this personal relationship with the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the creator of the ends of the earth, the Word himself, God in the flesh come down with the level of what he does for me and what he means to me and what I mean to him. I don't want a person in between us in this relationship that we could have. I would like to speak to him myself, interact with him myself, experience him myself, and you should want to do the same. And that's why the new covenant was preferred, and it is new. And this is the one we're in right now versus we stay in the old covenant. God also wanted to interact with us personally instead of as a nation or through a middleman.
Cool. I like.
So thank you for coming and spending time with us today as we talked about the old covenant and the new covenant and why you should prefer the new covenant, but they're kind of the same thing. So at the same time, again, if you haven't checked out those videos about covenants and dispensations, go watch those. If you're still here, I feel like you liked the video. Go ahead and smash that like button. And until next time, have faith, be safe, and we'll see you soon.